Repopulation, a sci-fi themed sandbox MMORPG. In many ways, we are a throwback to the social aspects of sandbox-driven gameplay that made such titles as Star Wars Galaxies and Ultima Online a success. But we also integrate more recent innovations and introduce an array of our own unique wrinkles. The driving force behind the game is choice. Choice to play the game in the way that you want to play it. Play the game like an RPG or a first or third person shooter. Advance through combat or through peaceful means. Craft and harvest without being forced into combat. Act as a hero or a villain. A thief, politician, architect, tamer, crafter, or even an entertainer. The Repopulation takes place on the planet Rylden, a seamless, persistent world that you can explore from end to end. Interact with many indigenous creatures, both hostile and peaceful. Harvest usable resources from creatures and the environment. All of this while enjoying a world with little to no use of instancing. Combat comes in a variety of flavors. Play using the traditional RPG style mode, or if action is your thing, we have that as well. No levels or classes allows you to tailor your skill set how you want it. Throw in twists and wrinkles such as energy shielding, cover, postures, and openings to make combat both fun and strategic. Construct homes and cities. Entertain others through music, dance, and storytelling. Utilize diplomacy or intimidation skills to manipulate NPCs to reveal hidden opportunities. Tame pets to raise them over time, or build your own Frankenpet using genetic engineering or robotics, all backed by a robust crafting system. Take the peaceful path of trading and diplomacy, or engage in warfare with opposing nations. The choice is yours. Join either of two core factions, or start a rogue nation and build your own alliances. Vital resources in limited quantities are waiting for you to take them, bringing intrigue and power to your social standing. Every creature can be harvested, producing usable materials. Many ores, minerals, plants, fish, and trees are ripe for the taking. We boast an interdependent system requiring players to work together and trade to obtain the greatest products in the game. Find resources in small quantities or harvest in bulk using harvesters. An advanced mission generation system presents both simple and complex missions based on past interactions. Opportunities are bountiful for both combat and non-combat playstyles. Engagements offer opportunities to complete tasks with other players that can transform the content locally or even spread to other regions. The Repopulation offers full cosmetic control through the fitting system. Keep the look you like and choose the stats you need for the task at hand. Learn from 75 different skills to design and play your unique character how you see fit. Enjoy a great PvE experience and enjoy great PvP when you want, if you want.
I hear the promo run. Our music. Yeah.
Why do I hear
We're
the
live! Yay! Woohoo! Who else is here?
Woo!
We got Bonks.
We're live.
We're
Hey,
live.
what's up? We are live. Hello.
Dixie's in the house.
We're live.
Nikki's in the house.
Hey, how is everyone?
And our lovely guest, Jennifer, is in the house. And Jennifer likes to go by another name, guys, so we're not even going to use her real given name. We're going to go by her gamer tag, if I'm not mistaken. And what is that, Jennifer?
Yeah. Kayletta.
Kayletta. Ooh, that's sexy. I like that. All right, so I'm going to let Nikki take the reins this evening, and I'm going to shut up.
And try to keep us on track, right? So joining us tonight, we have Jennifer Chesnes, like she said, going by Kayletta. She is the Associate Creative Director of the Repopulation, which is a game by Above and Beyond Technologies. And like us, she's very big into MMOs and lots of gaming stuff. I see one of the things that you played way back when is something that I played for a while, which was Shadowbane. Wow.
Yeah, that's actually where I got my start.
Yeah, and that was not your everyday MMO. That was like back when people didn't kill each other in game. You were PvPing in that game.
Yeah, I walked into there a total Care Bear. I wanted to role play and PvE, and that just really wasn't what most people did in Shadowbane. So I learned how to PvP just to survive, and then as time went on, I found that I loved it. So it's kind of evolved into my most prominent form of gameplay.
Okay, and it looks like what you're doing with the new game is bringing back what a lot of other games are trying to do. You're bringing back the hardcore, is that right?
Yes, we're gonna have a hardcore server, but we're also gonna have a normal server that has the more casual rule set, so that people who do want to PvE or craft, or just don't want it to be an all-out PvP fest day in and day out, can still play and be comfortable.
Okay, I'm sure the girls here are going to have lots of questions for you. And
Hopefully.
You can't keep them quiet. Come on.
Yeah, never that. Hey, Bonks, who's in chat?
We have Brum, we have Wolfie, we have The Real Femme, we have Vial, I think that's how the name goes. You guys gotta work on these names for old biddies like me so that I can pronounce them properly.
I see Pink's in chat.
Oh, Pink's in here?
Yeah, Pink's in chat. Wait.
Jericho's in chat.
Where's Psychopathic Clown?
Oh my God, Clown's missing and Foggerbox missing, but that's okay because we love you guys anyway. Maybe they'll show up a little later. And all of you people that are new to the chat, welcome. And the people that are returning, we told you we would give you shout outs. Thank you. Loves, much loves. Yep, there's Pink. Rawr. She's giving it to us.
No Danny Trejo there for...
Yeah, no
I
Danny
don't...
Trejo.
He's not necessary. I mean, he's great.
He's not necessary for you?
No, I think I've had enough.
You've had enough.
Danny Trejo.
Enough Danny Trejo that he scares you. I understand.
I'm just going to have a picture of Danny Trejo in the background of every show of his head on that turtle.
I should get a cardboard cutout just standing behind me, just
standing back there,
doing what he does.
Hey guys, if you really want to do something special for the ladies, and specifically Bonks, I think you need to start making some Danny Trejo memes and insert her face and put it on the tweeter, because I, for one,
because I'm not sleeping, I'm not having enough trouble with sleep. We're gonna
Are you still having those sexual dreams about Danny Trejo?
Well, now remember, coitus was not achieved. It was heavy petting. And he kept his shades on the whole time. So I don't consider that,
shades on the whole time. That is very, very...
The question was, were the boots on or off?
Oh, hell yeah. Boots were on.
Boots were on. To me, if Danny didn't put out. That's wrong. It's just...
When we were getting there, I just woke up in terror because, remember, I all of a sudden realized that I was going to have to see his peener, and I was concerned that I wasn't prepared for what might be. I thought it might have an eye patch or a scar. I don't know what it was going to look like, and I didn't want to make a rude face if it wasn't something that I could handle, because that's rude.
Yes, because Bonks of all people would give it to you straight. What the hell?
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, your dick is terrifying. Get it a facelift or something.
So is it right about now that Jennifer's looking in the mirror saying, what did I do coming on the show?
Why did I come on this?
No, you guys are great. You guys are fantastic.
So I want to go back to the game, because I, as you all know, is an MMO baby. I love the MMOs. I love to tank. I love to heal. It just depends. If I could make a class that you could do both, I think I'd be in love with myself.
So you like to beat the shit out of things and then heal them back
I do.
up.
They had a class like that in, I don't remember if it was AOC or Warhammer, but they had a class that could both tank and heal. The problem was the entire rest of the game.
That was the original Star Wars.
Yeah, nothing wrong with me. It was the rest of you people, of course. So let me ask you about the customization of the characters. Now, this can be kind of a big deal for most of us MMOers. We want to be able to make this character as close to what's in my mind as possible. And you guys are supposed to be mind readers, you know, making the devs making the game.
Yes.
That being
always.
said, if you guys have not seen Bonks' Eve avatar, this is what I'm talking about. She will post a picture later. It's freaking scary. It's a doppelganger thing going on. And I have yet to find a game that allows you to get this close to making something that would be
I'll
reality.
dig it up while we go through the show. It is kind of creepy.
So for me, I want to make this character Shrivasta-esque. So what makes your game different from every other game out there in the character creation selection that maybe make it special, if any?
Well, if you're looking for physical customization options, we use a slider bar system. So you're really able to customize everything from, you know, nose, eyes, chin, you know, how full or how thin the face is, how tall, how short, you know, the base weight of the body. So you can be fat and short, you can be tall and thin, you know, it just kind of depends on, you know, what your preference is there. There's a lot of customization. I actually had like an oh my god moment just like the day before yesterday. I logged in on the dev server, and I hadn't seen my character there for a while, and of course, you know, we've mixed and matched a bunch of different options and stuff since the last time I'd been on there. And I looked at my character and she looked like Kim Kardashian. Like, I'm not even joking, just randomly. That's not what I made whenever I made her, but because of stacking different options and as they were adding and recompiling all the customization options, she just like happened to end up looking like almost exactly like Kim Kardashian. So that was like
Did
really
she have
weird.
a wedding dress on too? Did that really freak you out?
No. She was still in her armor. She was in her armor, so that was a good thing.
Okay. I thought maybe Kanye had snuck in there and, you know, what he does best and control.
No, it's, you know, you can do just about anything. We had someone who made a character who looked almost exactly like Angelina Jolie. It wasn't perfect. The eyes weren't quite as, you know, vivid as hers, but
lips were really big.
Yeah, that particular face, the lips were pretty full. So I mean, it was close. You know,
Yeah.
it's not exact, but you should be able to customize your character and get it fairly close to what you look like, or fairly close to, you know, what's in your mind for your avatar. Because some people like it to look like them, and some people want to be completely different. So
Yes,
the
that is very
customization
true.
is there, and we go way beyond just physical customization, and we go really deep into character customization with skills. We have a capless skill system. So there's over 70 skills, and technically you can master all of them. So, you know, if you want a tank, healer, you know, ranged DPSer all in one character, you can actually do that.
Now to do that, is it like Eve where it would take you like 5 lifetimes to cap everything?
It does take a while. We don't really recommend people attempt to specialize in every single thing in the game. And then, of course, much like Eve, your role is determined. Well, in Eve, it's determined by, you know, what kind of ship you're in. But in Repop, it's determined by what kind of weapon you're using. So, you know, if you're using your healing gun, basically a sort of a medical scanner, then you're a healer because that's what your weapon actually does. And, you know, likewise, if you've got a sniper rifle equipped, you are a ranged damage dealer because that's what your weapon dictates that you are. And then you'll have access to all the powers and abilities that go along with that weapon.
So it's a capless skill tree, so you can go for anything that you want. Now, there are benefits. Are there benefits to maxing a skill? Set of skills?
Returns. There's diminishing returns on things. So unlike with Darkfall, where you had to macro level to a certain point to even be useful, it's not going to be like that. The returns that you get off of, you know, grand mastering a skill is not the same kind of thing in Darkfall. So
there's not a meta skill that you get from capping any skill then?
No, there's not any sort of... You know,
I like that.
There's usefulness to capping skills because, you know, you'll have access to all the abilities all the way up the skill line. But, you know, if you don't need that top-end ability, then, you know, you're not going to use it, then it doesn't matter if you have it or not.
No, I like that because with the attitude that a lot of MMO players have, the completionist attitude, if you put a meta skill at the top, it drives somebody to completing that skill set, whereas what you're doing seems to it'll let people sprinkle their skills out of many different sects, right?
Yeah, and we see a lot of players already doing that in alpha, where they'll focus on, 1 or 2 weapons and, a gathering or skill or 2 and a crafting skill or 2, and then they'll pick, a general skill. Like there's some people who walk around and like jump constantly because it helps raise your acrobatic skill. And so people will pick their skills, but there's a lot of people picking just random things across the board, and they're coming up with some pretty interesting templates already.
All right, I got a question about the character creation that Carmen was talking about. You're using the Hero engine. We talked about that before. Is that correct? So it's the same engine that you're seeing in something like ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, and Star Wars: The Old Republic, right? How do you set yourself apart when you're using an engine that seems to, it's the grab and go engine, right? You could just build anything in that game. So how are you setting your character creation apart from games like that?
Well, really, if I remember right, it's been a while since I played SWTOR, but their character creation was decent, but it isn't quite like what ours is. You saw in the intro video there, those sliders, and that video is a couple months old, so there are even more things available than what was in that video.
Awesome.
So, yeah, you really have to see it, but it goes back to, trying to think of the game. I want to say it was Vanguard that had just an insane amount of sliders.
Vanguard was good, yes.
It's very similar to that as far as how much customization you can do facially and body-wise.
So we could be stuck on the customization a long time, but we don't have that much time in the show. So let me move us on to the other variant parts of the game, as in your race or species. How many of those are there in your game?
Well, we are an indie company, so we decided to focus on doing one thing and doing it right. At release, you're only going to have access to humans. We are looking at Lesu as a playable race down the line, but that's not going to be at release because that requires a lot of art time to rework all of the armors and everything, a lot of animation time to put in all the same animations for player characters for the Lesu. So you're going to be restricted to humans at release, but we are sci-fi and we take a little more of a hard science edge than what you normally see in the sci-fi genre. Unlike the Star Wars games, we're not really a space opera. We actually are a sci-fi game. So humans as the playable race is what you're going to see at release. But then, down the line, what we can do is we're going to do everything that we can do, really. I mean, we want to have additional races and things, but it takes time to do that.
Someone just sent me a lovely Danny Trejo meme, which I'll get into later. Sorry, continue.
All right. So tell us about where you come from in the gaming world previous to this particular game or this particular studio. You have to have some kind of history out there to just jump into this creative outlet for yourself.
No, actually, I kind of fangirled my way in.
Sweet. We love you. We love people like you who just stick in there and you understand what this type of game means to you, meaning MMO, because just like Pixie over there, she loves her MOBAs. She would not play an MMO if you paid her. No, maybe if you paid her, but she'd stick to the MOBAs. And Nikki, well, we know where her heart lies. And Bonks, she's a shooter kind of girl.
Lies. Shivaste, you're full of lies. I've actually been looking at this game and have wanted to play it.
Well, I'm saying from the perspective of if you were going to play something and you had a preference, it would be the MOBA baby, yeah.
Yeah, I am a MOBA baby.
Yeah, and I'm an MMO fangirl from top to bottom. So I put in an application to write missions for them when they were, looking for mission writers, and it's just kind of escalated from there. First it was missions, then it was crafting, and then it was like all different kinds of content-related things and community outreach. We do guild Q&As in guilds TeamSpeaks. And ventrillers or whatever, and so I mean it's just kind of escalated. Right now I'm the interim community manager while we're looking for another one. So I started out as basically a fangirl and I completely fell in love here. So I want to stay in video game development. I've definitely found where I want to be.
Awesome.
I got the Danny Trejo meme. Oh my God.
That's a little bit brutal. All right.
Something?
You guys got to see it on your own. I cannot.
I put it in the chat. It's disturbing.
I cannot shall nor I repeat what it says, but Pink, I love you even more now, girlfriend. She is a shield maiden all day long.
I love when parents find the most heinous shit because that makes me feel good. I get a warm little tummy feeling like, you know, everyone is corrupt.
Pink has just earned another stripe on her uniform of shield maiden because she brought it. She brought Bonks. You got nothing. I have no words or desire to sleep for the next few days. Shots fired. Woo! Oh man, I am so sorry.
I should have never told these people about this dream, but you know, I just wanted to be open and honest.
Like of all places.
Yeah, I opened it.
Okay, see, shots fired. There's no defense. I can't help you with that one. Oh, I love my community. All right, so let's move into what are we playing? I have to say for myself, I just streamed. What is this game? I have to go back and see what it was because my husband told me it was going to be really scary and it wasn't. He lied. Oy vey. Something 3. God, I don't even know. This is how much I know. Anyway, he told me he would buy it.
Something 3.
Because we could, I can tell you in a minute because it was on the other stream. He bought it and said we can now play together. It's a console game. We can now play together, so you can play tandem. And I'm going to only buy it if you will stream you playing it. And he said it'll be awesome for people to watch you scream like a crazy person. And it wasn't very scary. It's if I describe it, you'll be able to tell me in about 2 minutes, Bonks. It's the game where you're in a spacesuit and you have to recharge yourself, and you got lights on your back, and it's you shoot. Golly gee, there's 3. This is the 3rd one now. Dead Space. Thank you. Dead Space 3. There you go. You guys know.
The first one scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
it's scary. I guess maybe, and that's what he said. He said maybe because the first one was pretty creepy.
Yeah.
So
you play with the lights off, you'll poo.
Yeah, that's what he said. So I streamed about an hour of it, and I was like, "This really sucks. I don't like this game. I don't like it one bit."
Danny Trejo's in the chat. I want to cry.
Danny Trejo.
Oh dear.
Oh my God, Danny Trejo loves some Bonks. So that's what I was playing, guys. And as for what you're playing, Bonks, it's Danny Trejo. One of us. There's gonna be a game with Danny.
Are you
Trejo.
asking me what I'm playing? That's not Danny Trejo's Platoon.
Yeah. Yes. Not this game.
Well, I picked up Watch Dogs, and I hung out with the ladies of Sure Gamers who were playing that. Hey Danny, what's up? Have you been playing Watch Dogs too? So I was playing it now. I mean, I live in Chicago, and I know in Chicago, and there's a whole lot of complaints that it doesn't look like it, and I'm here to tell you I respectfully disagree, because it looks like fucking home to me. I can practically smell the
She's
deep
here
dish.
to tell you.
So, and it's a great, unique experience. It's very fluid, and just, I don't know. I initially thought, oh, it's going to be like it's GTA with hacking in Chicago. No, this is a very in-depth, very, very cool, unique experience. It's its own thing, and I definitely recommend it. Just great story, great fun. I mean, you can be an idiot, or you can, actually do stuff, but you can spend hours dicking around, like making car accidents with, light changes and all that, which is amusing for me about like 5 hours. So.
Noob Chick's in the chat.
Noob Chick is in the chat. Aegon's in there too.
Yeah, Aegon. All right.
Deep dish pizza. Vile deep dish pizza is
Giordano's.
Is what we do. Yeah, Giordano's is what we do.
If you don't
he's
know,
just being
Google
annoying.
it,
They're just being annoying. We're fighting.
So, Nikki, what's Nikki playing?
Well, first off, you have to understand my 17-year-old daughter graduated from high school this week. So I've been,
tears.
Yeah. So I've been, I was very emotional. But with them canceling the release of the alpha test of Star Citizen's Arena Commander, I was sitting there going, all right, there's nothing to play. But this week I actually bought 3 games. I bought Tropico 5 when it came out last weekend, which is one of the most hysterical city builders I've ever played. It's something that you'll play and go back to once in a while. Then I was looking at my computer and my son had downloaded Battlefield 3 through Origin, and I noticed I had a free copy of Mass Effect 3 for some reason. And I think it had to do with the SimCity 5. And I started to marathon play Mass Effect, and I've never played one of those games before.
You've never played
I'm
it?
like,
awesome.
No, actually, Lady Sinea, who's been in our chat sessions a couple of times, in our streams here a couple of times, she was streaming it. So when I saw it there, I was like, oh, she's doing 2, maybe 3 is good. And I've played BioWare games before, but not this. And I'm like, this is
Lady
pretty
Sinea,
amazing.
by the way, guys, will be joining our stream team. If you haven't seen her stream, you might want to check our channel out. I have Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and I am going to do a full playthrough at some point with my junior achiever, Molly Squid, just to watch her play it. Because she's really upset that Call of Duty is so slow with their DLCs. And it's not that they're slow, it's just that she is
Really? Because they
and
got
she
summer
is-
clothes coming out all the time. There's new looks.
Yeah, but new looks does not equate
know.
new gameplay.
But
And
there's a lot
when
of
it's
cool
slow-
game types. First of all, she hasn't even played all the game types. I know she hasn't.
I know she hasn't. You're right, because she said she's not playing until Bonks plays with her. Okay.
Bonks plays at
She's got a
hours when she
girlfriend.
needs to be asleep.
So, Jen, this
and I
is
don't
what
play with
happens
kid
all the
friendlies.
time. They start talking about amongst themselves for hours.
We do. We
I
can't
don't
help
do
it.
They ask other
Anyway.
questions, and then you're off on it. Pixie, what are you playing?
That's right.
So, I've been playing Lego Marvel a lot, as well as I see. I love playing the Lego games, blind playthroughs. Like, it's so much fun because there's so much neat stuff that you find and discover, and I'm like obsessed with finding all of the Lego bits. So, like, later, it's amazing because I get to go through with all of the characters and try to get everything in the game.
You're obsessive.
I am. I'm one of those like collector people. Like it's horrible. It's like the worst thing ever. But I'm a collector. Like I have everything. I want it so bad.
That's how I am with the
And then I thought about getting Watch Dogs because I watched one of the videos for it and all I could think was, oh my god, I need to see Liam Neeson in this neck chopping people. Like that was all I could think of. Like for some reason, like all I could think of was the movie Taken and Liam Neeson just neck chopping the fuck out of people. And then I actually bought Injustice.
Yeah, Injustice
Oh,
is
you
such
bought
I
a
had
good
Injustice?
Injustice
time.
coming to my house.
I
as
bought
well.
the Injustice
It's
Ultimate
so
Edition
good.
because they have it for like $8 on Amazon.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it
where
was
I
really
got
It's
it.
insane
That's
because
fine.
it's an
I got it
amazing
as well.
game.
We
It
have
is
to
an
say
awesome game.
that we give Injustice the LORT Nation seal of approval.
Yeah. Well,
We have
Injustice is
stamped
made
it.
here in Chicago at NetherRealm
yes, it
Studios.
is.
Almost
It
got
does.
me fired. It almost got me fired from the fruit stand for playing it on this thing all the time.
You know what? We love that
Having
damn game.
Injustice being able to go with you is like nuts.
Amazing.
It's very,
Yeah.
very crack fiend fun.
Oh,
I tell
God,
you,
yeah.
I love that game, and I'm gonna let my junior achiever play that, even though it
Yeah.
may seem somewhat appropriate. Is there a setting in that game?
No, it's not so
no,
bad.
it's but you know what? It's DC,
Sure,
so it's really
13.
not that bad.
It is
Well, and I don't
DC.
think it's like
At
But
13,
I
I was in
wasn't
the
sure-
arcades ripping
I
people's
wasn't
heads
sure
off
if there
in
was
Mortal
language
Kombat.
filter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's-
yeah.
it's like
No,
Mortal.
it's
I
like
mean, like it's not horribly inappropriate. It's like Mortal
No,
Kombat.
we played
Yeah.
it. Trust me, Mama's played it,
We're
but I want to make sure that the
But
language.
have they
wasn't-
cursed in it?
No,
I don't
I
know,
don't
I
think
don't
they
know.
really do. The funniest
No,
thing
they
that
say
happened.
things.
Yeah, the funniest thing, and probably one of the most risque things is Cyborg is trying to pretend to be the evil Cyborg. So he's
Yeah.
just chilling there trying to look evil, and Catwoman comes up, the evil, like, pseudo Catwoman comes up, she's like, you know, we had some really good times, and he's like, yeah. Like, yeah, I totally hit that, and then she's like, no, he didn't, you're a fake, and I was like, that's mean. She's a mean person. That's rude.
She's a mean person. Hey,
That was really
apparently
mean.
there's a
What
new,
an angry
tweet
pussy.
coming into to Bonk, so she might want to check that one out.
More. Dude, there are so many memes. I'm gonna cry and laugh
Jennifer,
really hard.
can we ask, are you playing anything else other than your own game?
Actually, I've been doing a lot of playing for the population lately. We've been rolling in alpha testers every single weekend, so I get in there, help them out, and get some playing done myself. But I have been playing Eve.
Okay.
Just kind of floating around, doing my own thing in there, and I picked up a random mobile game when I had to take a flight earlier this month, and so I've been stuck on Plague Inc. on phone. So. My major in college was biochemistry, and it's an infection sim basically. So it's like it's both gaming and science, and it's like I've been playing it like crazy. So
well, you are a woman after our own heart with gaming and science. We love you more than we did before you got here.
All right, so you said you're playing Eve. Where's your spreadsheets?
Oh gosh, Nikki, I don't do. My husband does the spreadsheets. I don't. I just let him do all the.
She's an Eve widow over there. She doesn't play as much as you think she does, and in reality, she just has her character so he can do whatever it is that he needs her to do that she wants.
Yeah, I'll hop on.
Right?
I've been playing Dust. I'm thinking about breaking my diet again because someone said they made a change that made it better, but I doubt it. But it's fine. I know how Eve works. It's gonna be great in like 7 years, and I'm very excited. So,
in 7 years, you hope your arthritis isn't bad that you can still play, right?
Yeah.
So what are we watching? What are we watching? I took a page out of Pixie's book and I binge watched some Black Box, and I have to say it's a good show. I'll give it to her. It's a good show. Yeah, Black Box. It's pretty good. Nikki, you might want to add it to that list that you got going on.
Every time you girls speak, it's another binge watching on the TV for me. I'm waiting for next week.
Yeah. And that's what I was watching. And I'm caught up on pretty much everything. I'm waiting patiently for Orange is the New Black season to start.
That's what I'm waiting for.
The bomb. I could watch the whole season of Vikings over again and just be just as happy as a clam just watching it. I could turn the sound off. What am I talking about? I can watch that with the sound off.
Okay, let's.
Pixie, are you still watching Black Box?
I am. I'm still watching Black Box. I love it. It's just so good. It's so well done. Like it blows my mind because I never thought that they would be able to like show the experience of like Mania properly.
Yeah,
but
I
like
agree.
To me, as a psychology, like it hits it right on the head. Like it's just amazing. And
I have to say, I don't have that neurosis that she does, but I do have some tendencies. So I was like, oh, that's really realistic. That I can relate to that.
And then like Penny Dreadful. Oh my God. I am in love with Penny Dreadful. It's like a mashup of Dracula meets the Wolfman meets Frankenstein. And it's like every amazing classic thing that you want from all of them. It's just so good.
I've been meaning to actually watch that. It is good then?
It's very good.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
Does it actually live up to the old comics from way back in the 1800s? They were Penny Dreadful novels way back.
I think that they've taken it to
uptake on it.
Well, I don't mean like follow the stories and stuff, but I mean, does it live up to it? Because back then, that was like the edgiest, most horror thing there was.
So I think
in
it
the capacity
does
of the
its own
TV show,
way.
yes.
I think it's good, like classic horror, if that makes sense.
Black Box, Jericho, Black Box. I think for the context that they've added it in the show, because if you recall, in the TV today, they like to throw stuff in there for nostalgia or for just pure shock and awe to see if people are going to pick up on it. And the fact that we know what this is and we can refer back to the original, for what they've done, yes, it lives up to the expectation.
So
well, then I'm definitely going to have to take a look then.
And then I watched the Lego Movie finally. It's so good.
It made you cry, I heard.
It did. It made me. Oh my God.
Made you cry?
Oh, I bawled like a baby. Holy crap! Like seriously, I was like, huffing my Kleenex. Like I couldn't keep them away from my nose. And what's worse is like Morgan Freeman. Like I don't know what it is about Morgan Freeman, but like his voice is godlike. I wish like he was my college advisor or like my high school counselor or like
You would listen to everything.
I would listen to everything that man said, and I would never do anything he didn't agree with. Like he's just
Have you heard the Go to F to Sleep book? Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. I have to say that Bonks is the person I want to know what she's watching, because she tends to watch some things that I will go and take a look at, and I'm like, what the? I can't get into it.
Yeah, it's easy for me to say when I'm watching. Whatever I'm watching is what Bonks said she was watching the week before.
Well, I'm not very interested. It's been a lot of movies. Not necessarily. Well, I watched Red 1, I watched Red, and then I watched Red 2, and I actually liked both of them a lot. I liked the books, and I thought they were really well done. I love What's-Her-Face from Weeds. Helen Mirren is, like, totally hot, and, you know, they're amiable. They're really good. So I was digging. So if you haven't watched them yet, if you heard people take a shit on it, I say watch it, take a shit. I think they're great. And then, okay, so I was flipping through, and after I watched Red 2, Fast and Furious 11, or I think it's 6, was on, the most recent one, and I was like, ooh, Wonder Woman, because, you know, it's Gal Gadot, and that's who's going to be our girl. So I'll watch this, you know, and she's being, you know, she is fit as a fiddle. She's totally hot. I was watching her in action, you know, and it was cool. And the best part of the whole movie, because it is a shit script. I mean, it's great car porn, but it's just kind of what the fuck. And then when people start losing memories and you're not in space, it gets weird. So there's this part where The Rock calls Ludacris, right? And so Ludacris picks up his phone, and I don't know if everyone caught this, but it says Samoan Thor. So when I was just like, wait a minute, what? That's pretty fucking amazing.
You know what kills me is, you're right, anybody who watches those movies, it's never the character, it's Ludacris. He will always be Luda.
It's a whole ton of man candy in these fucking movies. I mean, I think Vin Diesel, because he is a D&D nerd and he's buff, and I think he's totally hot.
Vin Diesel actually has his own studio, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah, and Paul Walker is pretty.
We've been in conversations with Mr. Diesel. Ladies of the Round Table is working that angle. All right, guys, we want to see some of that on our show.
Yeah.
He's coming on. He's not coming on.
Short.
All right, I'm here to tell
you.
He
has to come on clothing optional, but he's great.
Yeah, we have to have a shirtless Vin Diesel.
Too short. You ever see him in real life? He's like 5'2".
Yeah, he's not that tall.
We'll get him a booster.
Wait a minute, are you making? Wait, you can't make fun of short people because I'm like 5'2".
I'm 5'4".
And by 5'2", I mean I'm like 5'1.5".
So I want to tell you guys, though, about the summer reading list Dark Horse just put out. If you are familiar, yes, R.I.P. Paul Walker, he was very pretty and talented. If you know Lone Wolf and Cub, which if you're a Quentin Tarantino fan or Frank Miller, if you're a fan of anyone who's written something awesome or directed something, they probably know of Lone Wolf and Cub and will cite it as an influence. And now Dark Horse, with the original author, has released what's called New Lone Wolf and Cub, which is a very Japanese way to name things. They just kind of move on. If you've read the original series, it picks up right where it left off. It's a brand new book, gorgeous new art. I got a chance to read it. It's amazing. Even if you haven't gotten into the original, I would say get into it or don't, and you can still read the book, and it's really great. It's very, you'll know when you read it, you'll figure out who in Hollywood and in comics loves this author and why. I mean, they're very classically, it's a very classic samurai, vengeance, bloody, great story. So, yeah, so it's absolutely beautiful. So that was high on my reading list. And anything else I'm watching? I'm still watching. I finished all of Rick and Morty as far as I know. And now this weekend we'll get back into Silicon Valley and Game of Thrones, of course. And then, which I'm very excited about because all I'm going to say is Littlefinger. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm
Check
behind
out
on
the
the Game of
holes in the
Thrones, but
floor.
I'm always behind when it comes to watching that. Bonks is
Yeah.
usually in.
How do you-
Did you watch it? Did you watch it? I'm like, shut it, girl.
This is
Jennifer,
what I hate about everyone not being able to sync up on cable. I mean, it's cool. Everyone can, watch the thing when they want to.
Right.
But you can't
Can't
have
talk
that
about
water
it.
cooler conversation anymore.
You cannot.
Because like, shut up! I haven't seen it yet. No, we need to start making deadlines. You get 3
Yes,
fucking
I was
weeks,
gonna say
and then I
that.
want
All
to
right,
talk
fine.
about it.
I
What the
concur.
fuck?
If we are going to be watching, oh my god, my dog's sitting on my headphones. Going, ow, ow. If we're going to be watching the Game of Thrones together, we all should be caught up by Friday because, damn it, we just have to be. So, Bonks, you tank it, or you said it, so you're going to have to tank it. That means you're going to have to catch up with me midweek and make sure that I'm doing my homework, all right? So that's all on you. You opened your mouth, now you got an assignment.
Yeah, I totally did. Ooh, we have giveaways,
Ba-boom.
right?
Anybody? Yes, we do. What do we have to give away, Jennifer?
Well, I snagged us 2 alpha keys for next week's alpha roll-in for the repopulation.
Oh my gosh, you guys. That means
Yeah,
this
buddy.
game that we've been talking about, all these cool features, all of this stuff that you haven't seen anything except for this video. And if you guys want to check out more, go to their Facebook. They also do have a YouTube and a website page so you can check it out. And if you want to win those keys, you need to pay attention because I'll be throwing out the keyword to type in the chat for those keys, them there keys. So you're going to have to wait to see what that's going to be. We're also going to include our Twitter fans on the contest. So Twitter, please. We'll be throwing that out there in a little bit. Twitter, please. All right, so we're done with what we're watching. We're done with what we're reading because I don't think anybody else has had time to read anything. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, no, I didn't talk.
That's a negative. I thought so. Yeah. Let's move
over
into
what Nikki was watching.
Oh,
what's
damn it,
Nikki
I
watching?
did.
You're a dick.
I
like,
am.
What happened there? Did I piss off
Nikki,
Carmen
what's
tonight?
Nikki No, because I'm just like
I know
yeah.
what's going on. I'm sorry. I know what's going on.
Wait,
No,
what
I
you
mean,
watching?
what the
Did we just
hell
lose
just
Nikki's sound?
happened?
Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe you bumped that mic. Crickets?
No, there's something going on my computer. I can't stop it. Okay,
Oh,
good.
What are you watching,
That was our
girlfriend?
channel. That was Ladies at the Round Table. No, my daughter was over the other day and was watching Scandal on TV.
Oh
And
my
I was
god.
What?
That's a bit.
We're Scandal whores. We are. Danny
Okay,
Trejo
so-
just went off in the chat.
Is
Okay,
it-
I'm sorry.
Aw, we love you, Danny.
Is it bad that I watched like 2.5 seasons in like 3 days?
No, it is
Well,
not. I was gonna say 3
I'm not
hours.
judging.
What are you talking about?
I'm like, I didn't know I was gonna
I
like
love me some Scandal.
the show. So good. But it was
It's
a good show. And
It is.
outside of that, I did
Hi,
nothing.
Danny. See ya.
Outside
It's a
of
good
that,
show.
I did nothing because we're putting together a video for a fundraiser in the Star Citizen video creators for a woman that has non-alcoholic related liver disease, and we're going to release the video on the Wingman's Hangar last episode to try to help them get some money for a liver transplant. So we've been doing that
Awesome.
Very
And
cool.
our-
That's nice.
Great.
a
If you guys
collaboration
want
of
to
like 10 or 12
collaborate with our LORT website, then please, by all means, make sure you hand the stuff off to Bonks. We will definitely help participate and spread that via our social media. And is there a link or something that people can donate to that fund if
I'll put it in
if
the
they
channel.
should choose to? All right, awesome, awesome.
If it's allowed, I'll put it in the channel.
You can put it in the chat. I don't
Yeah,
think.
you're awesome.
I don't think. Actually, why don't you give it to producer Ryan because you might get the ban hammer from Nightbot.
No, I'm not. You guys have me all taken care of.
Sweet.
Yeah, guys, my dick.
Can I tell you guys something awesome that I did?
Nazi.
Can I just say that I am a Geeks Who Drink trivia champion, and I never am good at trivia, and I totally won with the team, including Matt Wolf from Geek Bar, and I felt like a boss at a bar for about a half hour, and it was totally cool. So
You have the big.
I did that.
You have the belt. You know.
Yeah, if you
It's
have
not,
Geeks Who Drink trivia in your town, which you might, they're a really good time. It's lots of geeky random knowledge,
It
and
is
your
fun.
team naming is an art form, so you better come hard. Like, you better have a name that is totally boss. We were Jon Snow and the Know Nothings. We were
You guys sound like a
I
50s
remember what the
band.
word-
That's
Yeah.
not coming correct,
It does
all right?
sound
I'm
like-
here to tell you.
That's
I'm
coming
slapping
super
that
correct.
down.
You haven't watched Game
Nah.
of Thrones if you don't know what that
I
means.
think-
Watch Game of Thrones.
I think we all
But
need to
that
get
is not a
together.
hardcore. That's not a hardcore name.
Yes,
I'll
it
take
is.
it.
That's
That's like
awesome.
it's like saying we're gonna
I think what would be more hard.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It would be so much more hardcore if we all did it and went to one together, and we renamed
would
our
rock
and we
out.
did our team as Cersei's bitches.
Seriously,
Right?
Bitches.
That's a
Or
name,
Circe's,
Bonks.
or no, Circe's Hot Flashes.
That
That
should be-
I recommend Circe's Hot Flashes, and I got turned
Why
down,
can't
but
we
it's
just-
gonna happen. Well,
Why
you know,
can't we
Matt's
just
very
take it from
particular
Vikings? Why we gotta be
Because-
Cersei? She's all.
because
How
We
about
have to be Game
Theon's
of
lost
Thrones?
Game of
junk?
Thrones. No,
You
we
mean
were also.
Theon's
I wanted
last
to be.
junk.
I wanted to be sexual healing, and that was turned down. There was a few other ones I wanted to be. Yeah, Circe's Hot Flashes. I think we're gonna do 1 week, but yeah, no. So yeah. So if you have geeks who
Can I
drink,
ask you, who approves your
In your
names? Who turned you down? the
it's
team?
Matt fucking Wolf at Geek Bar. 'cause he's very
Matt
particular.
fucking Wolf at Geek Bar.
Yeah, Matt
Twitter, by the way.
motherfucking Wolf. We're fighting,
All right,
but
Matt.
no, because he's a
All right,
he's a
Matt.
trivia genius.
I got
And,
you,
so
Tiara.
Yeah, but yeah. So we won, and it was totally tits, and I recommend doing it because it's a good time. What were we talking about? Because I totally went off.
Please be
base.
talking about some indie popcorn because I'm
Oh,
going to
indie
be
pop.
there tomorrow, guys. If you're going, or this is your first time, go pop your cherry over indie
Pop
popcorn.
that cherry.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. It's in Indianapolis. If you guys haven't been, it's this weekend, and it is comics. Well, it's pop culture. What I don't even need to say anymore. I might see Jon Snow. I don't know. There's lots of cosplay going on, all kinds of stuff, and we're going to be covering it LORT style. And I'm bringing Junior Cheever to cover it for LORT Junior, so she'll be writing and throwing some stuff up on LORT Junior section. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be a couple people out there meeting us and hanging out and making some noise. We'll have some pictures, we'll do some interviews, and all that stuff we've thrown up on our website, social media. So stand by for what is to come. You know me, I'm going with no adult supervision. It's gonna be great.
She's gonna make a problem. Which is great. I just hope I can't wait to see it on Cops because it's gonna be the best episode
Right?
ever.
Woo! She's on that PCP. No, wait, it was back in my day with PCP. Now it's bath salts, right?
Yeah, no, you and bath salts, you just explode. Like you'd probably run around and rip people's heads off and think that they were
Oh my
like candy
God.
apples, and
be
it
like-
wouldn't be good.
Yes, it would be pretty traumatic for all of you, not me. All right, so anyway, let's
My
move.
cat's trying to- My cat's trying to break out again.
let's wait a minute. We have to go. Breaking news. Nikki, turn the
Breaking
camera
news.
so people can see.
Kitty!
Nikki's
I
kitties
just
are trying to escape.
I just snapped my finger and she came running. She just
Oh,
ran.
dang it. They're trying to
Yeah.
escape through the wall. Okay, so
Yeah.
if
They were like,
if they do it again, you'll be able to see it. It's the cutest thing.
you'll be able
They-
to see it back
They
there.
look like they're digging to China. Okay, my dog.
And
has
now
found the
your
cat.
dog is being talkative.
Hey, he's barking at himself in the mirror. Seriously.
That's a dog
Wait,
who's
wait.
winning, let me tell you.
Yeah, he is. He's barking at himself in the mirror. Come here, dog. It's okay. He's not going to get you. I promise. That other Bentley is not really going to eat your face
Wow.
off. So anyway, let's talk about that TED Talks that I have in there in the chat.
Oh,
'Cause
yes.
Oh, he's sitting on my headphones. Dang it. Oh,
Puppy. Hi, puppy.
You're about ready
oh,
to see a
kitties.
You're about ready to see a cat fight on my bed.
This is a very
So-
animal-friendly episode.
Animal friendly.
Yeah, just not so good. All right, next topic.
We were talking about TED Talk.
We're talking about
Yeah.
that TED Talk. It's a TED Talk from a while ago. If you guys haven't seen Jane McGuggenall, I can't say her name without sounding like I'm going to vomit on myself. I'm very apologize. We'll put it in the
Judicial
chat.
system.
Yeah, we'll put it in the chat. And her talk is on gamers and gaming making the world a better place. And I've really watched this thing probably about 3 or 4 times because it's really
This is my favorite TED talk, like
It's
ever.
about- I was looking around like, what? Where'd the air get sucked out of the room? It's Pixie. It's about exactly what LORT Nation encompasses in my mind. So you'll be seeing an article pop up on our website here, Bonks.
When you fix it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, when I fix it. Yeah, when she's done editing my voice, people. This is what she does
ready to
best.
show it.
It'll come up there on the website, and you guys can see just how much this particular TED Talk has inspired me. And this thing was back in, what, 2009? 2010 is when she gave this TED?
Before even TED was super trendy. But,
Yeah, before it was...
Yeah, she makes a lot of great points, a lot of gamification points, and a lot of, things, that can affect the brain in positive ways, and children, and a really bunch. She obviously has a research sound like us. We sound like brain farts, but yeah, she has a lot of great, awesome points in there, especially for people who want to say that video games are the root of all evil. Couldn't be more wrong. So, yeah, Susan Cain, that was a good one too, Aegon. Good call. The Power of Introverts. So, yeah, but yeah, those are great talks.
I have to say, if you guys haven't seen it, go out there, Google it.
Well, there's some that are complete bollocks, but yes.
There are some that are, yes, and everyone can say that about everything, Bonks. Mrs. Debbie Downer.
I know.
There,
but there are a couple of quotes that I really like from her TED talk. So, like, the two biggest ones that I really liked is right now we spend 3 billion hours a week playing online games. Some of you might be thinking that that's a lot of time playing games, maybe too much time considering how many urgent problems we have to solve in the real world. But actually, according to my research at the Institute for the Future, it's actually the opposite is true. 3 billion hours a week is not nearly enough gameplay to solve the world's most urgent problems. In fact, I believe that if we want to survive the next century on this planet, we need to increase that total dramatically. I've calculated the total we need at 21 billion hours of gameplay every week, so that's probably a bit of a counterintuitive idea, so I'll say it again, let it sink in. If we want to solve problems like hunger, poverty, climate change, global conflict, obesity, I believe we need to aspire to play games online for at least 21 billion hours a week by the end of the next decade. No, I'm serious.
That wasn't a quote. That was a damn paragraph, girlfriend.
Yeah, that was a long paragraph.
She is correct. If we want to make some changes, there are things that we could do. And if you listen to the whole TED, she's got some great facts and things to back that up. But in the interim, while we are in the here and now, if we want to make some changes, jump on the LORT train. Get on the nation, people. Like us, follow us. Figure it out. We have an easy peasy fix. We want to help the kids out with scholarships. We want the younger generation that's coming up behind us to be able to go to school, to make those life-changing careers, curing cancers, building the next MMO that you want to play and making it your own. Also being able to be a colorist for a comic book. Whatever those things are, we are willing to help these kids out to get there, and we want to be able to give them that opportunity to understand that every single thing that we do within our community and within our culture takes science, technology, engineering, and math. And if you don't know what those things are, that's called STEAM, people. And when I come up to you, and I will catch you people on the street. Yes, STEAM, STEAM and STEM. Now they're at agriculture. Thank you, Bonks. But when I come up to you guys on the street, because I will do it. Trust me.
Yes, she does.
Everybody who knows me has been witness. I will come up to you. If you are the CEO of that fruit company, I'm going to come up to you and I'm going to ask you, do you know what STEAM or STEM is? And if you don't, shame on you. You owe me a quarter, all right? I'm coming to get my money.
That's a little aggressive.
I'm coming to get my money.
I don't know. My greens make her feisty.
Yes, they do. Yes, excuse me? Can you announce what?
Well, since we're talking about comics, and you guys know we do web comics here on LORT, and we have Shiro and Vex. I've been knocking around some new plots around in my head, and if anyone is an artist who would like to get involved and help me out, you know where to find me. I'm on LORT. You can just contact us. Send me a DeviantArt page or something. I'm a very dark humor kind of person, so if you can't hang with
illustrator, you need an illustrator?
Need an artiste, yes.
Artiste. You need someone to draw, not someone to write.
Yes.
Someone to draw.
No, I've got the writing down. I need a drawer. So,
in fact,
Rainbow gives me a quarter.
You shouldn't just open that up like that. You're going to have a ton of artists. You should have a contest for who's going to do it.
We will have a contest, as a matter of fact. We actually
because we have a lot of
We're
Yeah,
looking for a couple of things on LORT, and we will have contests coming up. So
I've
stay
got
tuned.
you covered, Bonks.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my
see?
god.
Stay tuned to our website. And
Perfect.
Pink, if you have kids and you let them play video games, that does not make you a bad parent. That's called parenting 101 up in here, all right? That's what we
Also
do.
called
We let our kids
babysitting
play
in the future.
Minecraft so that we can play our MMOs and actually finish a damn raid, all right? That's what we do. That's called parenting right, okay? We love you for
13-year-old
that.
playing GTA 5? No.
Yeah, well, hey, everybody parents differently. There is no right or wrong except for what's right or wrong in your house. I'm not going to tell you how to parent your child, but I am going to tell you don't let them stay too late up on the Xbox with Bonks, because then you're in trouble.
I don't want to listen to
What
your
time do
fucking
you
cat.
start?
I usually get
Oh,
on
man.
at like midnight, 1 a.m. because that's when my drunkard Irish friends are on. That's how we do Call of Duty. I know you guys have a lot. I saw a lot of shits on Call of Duty, but I have a very good time. I'm not saying the game's perfect. I'm saying I have a good time playing it.
How often do you curse when you're playing?
Oh
Often.
my gosh. Yeah, we have to put her on late night. You can't. No.
I'm in HBO mode. Like, by the time, yeah.
Honey,
So
You know
Boo,
why I
you
signed
wrong
up-
direction?
Honey Boo Boo.
You know
is
why?
the
You know why I signed up to stream between 10 and 12, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, see, I'm working with an Xbox 360 right now, and I have a shit-ass capture card, and I don't feel like...
Yeah,
I
Bonks
don't
can't
feel like
stream right
fucking-
now. We'll get
So
her
what we
there.
need
We'll
to
do
do-
I promise.
Terrible.
The
So what we need
reason
to
why
do is
we'll
put
get her
something
there
out
is
there.
because somebody's going to donate something that you'll be able to stream. They're going
That's
to
what
want
I'm
to see
saying. We
it.
gotta
That's
put
what's
something
going to
out there to
happen.
donate.
Yeah,
Let's ask Jen.
yeah.
Let's ask Jen if you could play any game on any system, short of your own, obviously, because that's special. Would you say that you are more of a PC, or would you be a Xbox One or PlayStation 4 kind of girl?
Honestly, it depends on what I'm playing. If I'm playing an MMO, I want it on a PC. I want the full keyboard and mouse setup for that.
Girlfriend. I love
But
you.
I also play FPSs, and the only way I play them is on console. So,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
play
not,
FPS
I'm
on
not
console.
super picky. I'm
Which
not super
console?
picky about, well, mostly Xbox, but that's just because that's what I happen to buy Call of Duty and most of my FPS games for. But if I had them for the PS, I would still play them. I'm not real picky about which console it is.
So you have both.
Yeah, I have both.
Okay.
Yeah, my house is kind of crazy with the electronics. We actually have two
4.
Xboxes. We actually have two Xboxes so that my husband and I can play together and we don't have to split screen.
Yep. Yeah, I don't
I've
split
seen-
screen with the damn...
She says
Yeah,
her house
can't-
is
Nope.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know the world we live in. We've got some of everything. I mean, you can't say crazy anymore because you have
What
more
you
than
girls
one.
want to do? What you girls want to do is come to my house. We have 2 Xboxes, a PlayStation 3, a PlayStation 4, 2 27-inch IMAX, 7 pinball machines.
Ooh,
a
a
MAME-
real pinball machine?
Yes, a MAME
I'm coming.
arcade machine.
I'm on my way over because I love.
Yeah, that was an invitation, right?
But it
Yeah.
sure
Hey,
plays
I'm
the
having-
pinball.
During Dragon Con, the people that are closest to me in the community are going to come to my house for a barbecue.
That'd
it's going to be few.
Pixie. Pixie will be there with
Pixie's
you.
definitely going to be there.
Dragon
We already
Con.
know that.
Now, is it rude if I bring a short U-Haul and one of those tables just happens to disappear?
That's a
Well,
little
it would cost
rude.
you. One of them is worth quite a lot, so yeah.
I don't want that one. I just want one. I
Well,
mean,
there's one that you could take because it's worth like garbage, but
Jericho's moving
right,
under your
put
porch,
my name
Nikki.
on that one. Just put a
yeah,
sticker.
my daughter's like
I'm moving close to
my
Nikki.
daughter informed me today that she's moving into the basement because that's where everything is.
Yeah.
That's what my daughter says to me, and she's 12.
bye.
I
That's a
told
good
her
idea.
to know.
Yeah.
All right, so
right,
we
so
need
I want Jen to
to,
talk
need to
more.
start wrapping things up. Unfortunately,
So I want Jen to talk for a few minutes more. Can she
I know
talk?
we're gonna get. That's what I was going to.
We're gonna
Go
let
for
her.
it.
Yeah.
Ask her a question. That might help her out.
Yeah, that's what I was about ready to do.
I can
sorry.
drone, but questions are better. They keep me focused.
Now I have one question for you because we're starting to get to the end of it. Can you tell people why they should play your game?
Throw
Absolutely.
your questions in chat, guys.
They should play the Repopulation if they are interested in an open world sandbox experience. If they're tired of being hand-fed and force-fed storylines where they are the consummate hero and game mechanics that are old and tired and lack any kind of innovation, then they need to come in and check out the Repopulation. We give players freedom. If you like doing quests and missions, hey, they're there for you. If you don't like doing them, guess what? You don't have to. You never have to do a single quest.
Really? You promise?
Yeah, really.
Awesome.
Okay.
Seriously. There's the tutorial area when you get in there, and they make you fire a weapon in order to make sure that you can actually do combat by the time you get out of it. But that's literally the only thing you have to do in the entire game. You never have to pick up another gun unless you want to. You never have to craft unless you want to. You don't have to gather things unless you want to. You are not the consummate hero of the story. Unless you want to be, and then you can choose to be the hero by your actions when you do missions and things. You're able to be the hero. I know 2 and 3 faction games are what the norm is now. And what we do have NPC factions, we don't force you to be stuck in this NPC faction with a bunch of people who you hate. You can go rogue, and you can make your own guild into a nation, and you can, go your own way, have complete autonomy. And so we're offering a lot of things in our population that you just aren't seeing anymore. And we try to challenge ourselves to come up with bigger and better ideas and to innovate even small mechanics that no one even thinks about anymore. We try to innovate, and we listen to player feedback, and we actually talk to our fans on the boards. And we try to be what the players need us to be. And we're kind of basically building a game that we want to play, so we hope it's what everyone else wants to play too. But come check us out, because if nothing else, we're going to be free to play, so you're not losing anything but a little bit of time.
So you're going to have another model?
I'm sorry?
Sorry, that was 2 of us talking at the same time. If you're going to be free to play, is there going to be a pay version too, like buying little knickknacks?
There's a cash shop.
There is a cash shop, but it's going to be cosmetic based. We don't want anything in there that's going to give players an advantage. We want you to, we don't want anything to do with that. We want things like the Guild Wars 2 cash shop, where I have all the different clothing and different things like that. Our armor doesn't have stats. It's basically aesthetic. You put fittings into it, and the fittings are where you get the stats. Fittings are all player created in the world, but
so fittings are like sockets in your game.
Yeah,
I would assume.
But that's that's where you get all of your stats from, is from fittings. So
no transmog type of thing in the game where you can change the colors.
You don't need to.
Anything. Okay.
You don't need. Well, you can change colors. But let's say you want this particular armor set, unlike in WoW and every other theme park out there, just because it's fugly and it has the stats you need, you don't have to wear it. You're able to go choose the armor set that you want based on the look, and then you fit it with fittings. You socket it out with fittings for the stats that you need. So you're able to have the aesthetics the way you want them, and
Star Wars:
still
The Old
have.
Republic. Yeah.
Well, what she said.
Their stuff had, if I remember right, their stuff did have. I don't know if maybe they changed it, but their items actually had like different stats and stuff on it. Because I remember being stuck in a really ugly outfit for a while.
In the beginning, they do. By the end, it's all modules that you put into it.
Yeah. Well, ours goes basically that sort of module style, but we call them fittings the whole way through. So you're never ever forced to look away that you don't want to look. That's
amazing. That's good.
That's awesome. That sounds pretty incredible. I trust you with my gaming life.
In your MMO world?
If nothing else, give us a try, because it's free to play. You don't have to buy a membership, and we don't pay gate anything. The whole game is there for free players.
Right. So outside of getting the keys for Alpha, could people buy their way into Alpha at this point?
You can, we do have an early adopter program. We have round 2 backers who had an Alpha weekend coming, actually rolled in tonight, or actually earlier today. So you can buy your way in if that's something that you're interested in doing. Our early adopter shop is on the website. Just look on the top bar. You can't really miss it. It's called Early Adopter. We are still taking pledges for that. And the packages, some of them go up really high, but they offer things that you're not going to get any other way.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome sauce. I like all that.
So this is the new way of the game.
When do you guys have a launch date, or no?
We don't have a hard launch date yet, because it's ready when it's ready. And it's going to be ready when we say, and when our testers say, hey, you know what, this is a finished product, you guys need to release. So
that's what I like to hear.
We are aiming for this year, but if we get to the end of the year and go, you know what, it's just not ready yet, then it's not ready. And we don't have the suits behind us going, oh no, you have to get it out the door. We are really indie, and this whole thing has been crowdfunded. And so we can take the time that we need to put out a polished and finished product.
So my
That's awesome.
question is, as an avid streamer, if I were to get in the alpha, could we stream it?
We aren't allowing people to stream the alpha. There are some serious game-breaking bugs. And a lot of people will look at that and go, oh, no, I'm not going to play. They have bugs. Well, of course we have bugs. It's alpha. But there
Yeah.
are a lot of people who don't stop and think about that. We are probably going to allow some people to stream maybe before the NDA is lifted, but you're not going to see that in alpha.
Now, the
But
one
we've
thing
already-
that we do... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, we've already been in alpha for several weeks now. About 2 months into Alpha 3, and we've been rolling in new testers constantly, and so many things have gotten updated and fixed, and of course, we've broken new things and fixed those too, and so
Pika.
oh,
Pika.
Bless you.
Yeah, there she goes.
I'm so sorry, Jennifer. I'm sorry. What?
It's okay to hear
Wait,
that.
she's
She's got more.
That had to happen. Okay, what?
I have to say the one thing that we offer a lot of our sorry, I have the stream up because I'm rolling and I see her doing it again. It's just cute. We offer the devs that we work with the opportunity to come on and have one of our ladies or our gentlemen, as we say, because we do have some guys, stream the game. And as a developer, come on and talk about those bugs and kind of interact with the fans and show them that what you guys do is actually real work. It's not necessarily that it's a carnival going on back there at your studio. You guys are putting in blood, sweat, and tears. So we do offer that to you and your team if you guys should take us up on it. If not, we're okay with that as well.
I'm
that's
not
something
okay.
that I would love to be able to do, because really the game is stable and it's very beautiful in there. And I know there's still a lot of work that we're doing, but it's not my call. They don't let me make calls like
Yes,
that.
ma'am. I completely understand.
But you know what? I'm gonna
So-
pass that up the table, up the chain there, and see if I can get maybe an okay for that sometime in the near future, and maybe going into beta 1, be able to do something like that with you guys, because that would be fantastic.
Now, you're the interim community manager right now, right?
I am only because they kind of told me,
But-
hey, guess what, Kay? You're the interim community manager.
Yeah.
And you have
Guess
a
what
lot
hat
more
you're
pull
wearing
than you
today?
think you have.
Right? So everybody,
Oh,
if you have
yeah.
not typed repop exclamation in the chat, now's the time to do it because
You
I'm going to be doing this
lost.
giveaway.
Wait, did you open it to Twitter? Did you help open it to Twitter people too?
I opened one key to Twitter and one key to the channel, so they're going to have to figure it out.
Cool. Cool beans.
So you got a 2-minute warning on that key roll. So type it if you want it. Type it if you want it, people. Let's go. Travasta rules. All right. So any other questions in chat for our? Any other questions in chat for our guest about the game, or maybe what she's drinking over there? I don't know. I know Pixie's drinking that Dr. Blankety Blank. We won't give them any free publicity here.
There is one request from Jericho in chat, and that's we should have a longer show.
We should have a
Yeah,
longer
but
show,
I'm-
Jericho. Well,
They're
Jericho,
going
we
to-
would
I
have a
don't
longer
know
show if
about
some
that.
people like yourself would hit the donate button up there on the LORT Nation
Yeah,
website.
that would
You
help
guys
us
want a
out,
longer
actually.
show? You guys got to show us how much you want it because we do have jobs and we do have children and family to take care of. So if you want us to be on longer, you got to pay us, people.
And live streams. we all stream. We've got to
Yeah.
stream.
We do stream. That is true. But this show in itself is not quite funded yet, so it's on our time. But if you want us to be on more, hey, you guys know what to do. Like us, love us, and make us grow. All right? That means follow, tweet, all that kind of stuff. You guys are doing it. You guys know how this goes. All right. Somebody type it into chat one more time because I'm hitting the button here in a couple of seconds. Do. Where's the music, producer man Ryan?
Yeah, music.
We got giveaway music.
And the
Somebody's
winner
still typing.
is.
On the winter is. Oh, you really have to be following the channel to win, Pixie.
Pixie's not. Wait. We should.
I'm a show host.
We
Oh.
can't.
I guess I
can't
should have
enter.
done that a long time ago.
Pixie,
I'm bad.
we
Sorry.
can't. We can't put our names
Can't
in.
have
Jen will
Pixie
just
do
give
it.
us all one.
We can't. We need to be
Hey, you know, I might be able
following,
to do that.
guys.
Jen will just make sure all of us have one. That's all.
Be sure to be following if you want to be entered. Come on, follow. Hit the follow button. I'm going to give you a reroll in 3 seconds here. Free stuff. That's right. Free stuff. Pixie failed. Jericho's calling you out.
Yo, it's Jericho.
Busted.
Bro, you benched.
Hit the follow button.
And then do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around.
Turn yourself around. That's right.
That's what it's all about.
We're gonna have to talk to somebody
Bonks
about
said
getting us
safety.
into subscribe.
Oh, righty. I'm re-rolling. Because Pixies fail.
I am fail.
I still think it's funny. She failed. It's quite cute. Reroll. All right, guys. And the winner is... Oh, great job. Oskosks. However you say your
What?
name.
Oscars?
I'm putting it in the chat right now. Congrats.
Yay!
Woo! You win, my friends. You win the key. And we're all jelly over here. And we will send that key to you via your Twitch mail. So that means you need to message the Ladies of the Round Table account via Twitch with your email. And we will make sure we get it to you. Congrats. And share that on social. Give them some love. Because
Yay.
without them, you would not have this here key that no one else is getting here today. Other than, if you guys didn't win, check out our Twitter channel, because you can retweet to win. Retweet to win. And I will do that giveaway probably in about 25 minutes or so to get those retweets out there. You win a brand new car. Not so much, Gear. Not so much. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We, again, are wrapping up the show. We're going to do our shout-outs like normal. And shout-outs for Bonks?
I'm going to give a shout out to any of our fans living in LA. We are going to be at E3 very soon. And we'd be more than happy to meet up with you guys somewhere. It's probably going to be, I'll probably find a place that's the least crowded outside of Staples, which I know is tough during E3. But, so, you know, tweet us and let us know where you're going to be at. Wherever we go, I want to be able to sit because after a day at E3, I just want to cut my feet off and not walk anymore because Staples is insane. And if anyone knows anyone at Segway that could sponsor us so I could just scoot through E3, that'd be great too. So,
You guys could pay to see this one on a Segway. She needs a helmet.
I'm amazing. Okay, so, and shout outs to Jennifer. Miss Kyletta, I'm really glad you're here. I'm stoked about repopulation. And thank you, of course, for the lovely keys. That was a very generous gift. And so thank you.
Well, thank you for having me, guys. This show is fantastic, and you guys are a blast.
Oh, thank you. And you are always welcome to come back. We love to give the people like yourselves at your studio that are getting greenlit and the indies the support that you guys deserve as game makers. We love you guys. And shout out Nikki.
I want to shout out to the 80 some odd people that subbed to my channel over the last 24 hours since CIG put me in the fan spotlight on there.
Bring it.
And hopefully they will all, bring it. Hopefully all of them will come over here to LORT too. So let's see what we could do about getting that done. And definitely to Jen, thank you so much for sharing your game with us tonight and your career. That was awesome.
Jericho's moving to LA.
He's moving to LA.
Pixie, shout
Not
outs.
after my Rangers beat LA. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out
Chicago-
to Morgan Freeman. Got a shout out to Morgan Freeman. You're awesome.
Thank
Danny
you.
Trejo.
Shout outs to Infinite Crisis. In particular, I see Electric Leo and I see Play by Gray. They're helping me out with the behind the curtain of dev story interviews that we're going to be
Nice.
posting to prove that developers are in fact real people and real gamers. So look out for that on the website pretty soon. We're getting information on that.
Fabulous.
Awesome.
I like all those things.
Hey, does anyone have a shout out the people that mod us?
Shout out to our mods and Nightbot because he's a boss.
Nightbot, Aegon. Yeah, we always give the shout outs. Nightbot is the banhammer with the quickness. Somebody ask me. Come on, ask me.
Carmen, what are your shout outs?
Carmen?
And
Carmen,
what color are your
Shout
underpants?
outs. Oh my gee, shout outs. Shout outs would be to you ladies, my lovely ladies of the round table, and Nikki for joining me for this craziness that we have in my paws. And if you guys didn't notice, Pixie and I match. We got ears. We got kitty ears tonight.
Mine. Which mine? Are they in the mail?
They're in the mail. You're right. I also would love to get a shout out to our sponsors, and you guys know that we are I should say champions because we don't use the word sponsor. Champions of the round table. Last week we talked about Tiny Mobs. They are jumped on board and they're loving what we do. This week we have Plantronics sponsors, champions of the round table. You will see some nifty new things coming our way and giving some love to them. We also want to thank the people that are making this particular stuff happen, meaning producer Ryan, Aegon, Big A, you know, you guys are out there. The people that are on the back end of all this stuff that make us look so purty. We want to thank you guys for all of your help.
Thank you, Krylon, for this. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Krylon, for that. I also want to give a big shout out to my ladies of Dior. Rocking the house before we went live, bringing you the pain, and all of our esports teams as they launch. Good luck. And Pixie, that's a lead-in for you. Are you guys still looking for positions?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What you be looking
back
for?
to looking mid and ADC.
Mid and ADC. So if you think you got it, you want to bring it for the IC team, just hit Pixie up on the Twitter, and we'll see if you can hang with the big dogs. Wolfie, we love you too. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, and Roundtable out. Roll that beautiful music.